Have you seen my case?
Have I seen what?
Have you seen any of it or no?
No. Jay, he agreed to the, he gave consent for the raid, so he didn't get a raid warrant. So,
Hmm.
I would appreciate seeing yours. Because he said something about photos. And since it hasn't been posted on the docket yet, I would definitely like to see that.
How'd you get that?
Uh, oh, it's loading very slowly. Okay, thank you.
So what I don't understand is, for like just for a starter, why it's being I don't understand why it's being put as the same incident, because it was completely separate.
What do you mean? The
So
traffic stop
yeah, the traffic
and
stop and Jay being arrested has no correlation.
did the traffic stop happen in the area?
The traffic stop happened at the Mandem block. I believe his arrest happened at UKIL gas station. I mean, they are close to each other, but it doesn't really mean much, does it? You know?
Yeah. Let me take a look at it and see if it makes any more sense.
I mean, have you? If you open the report and if you look at the image that they have, which shows me handing methamphetamine and bags off to Jay, I think then you might. I don't really know how you'll feel about that image.
So I take it Jay is in the hot pink on the motorcycle.
No, that was me.
Oh, you're in the hot. Okay, and he's dressed like you. Okay, kind of like you.
Well, yeah, I don't really know what that outfit was. But, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but you definitely can't see
I mean,
anything that's
I would
been
argue you can't even.
transferred.
I would argue you can't even see the floor there.
Yeah. Not to mention, you guys in that picture are like,
Both
15, 20
and
feet
both of my
apart.
hands are on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
So regardless of whether he was handing me cash. So just to clarify, so if you read the report, he says he was handed a free burrito and margarita from Jay, right?
Hmm.
I purchased those burritos and margaritas from Mojito Inn prior to all this happening.
Hmm.
So there is evidence of me doing that. That is all illegally on the system. When he was obviously,
Right.
his statement said he was given a free one of those. And then also when Jay's possessions were photographed, he also did have burritos and margaritas on his person. So to assume, that it's methamphetamine is wilder than assuming it's burritos and margaritas that I passed to him. If they're adamant that I passed something,
Hmm.
it does seem to be extremely strange that the only thing it would be is the illegal substance that's on him, and why would it not be the things that there is a paper trail of me? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And he's actually said in his statement he was handed a free burrito and margarita. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah, I don't understand why they would assume that it's the illegal things and not the legal
so
things.
that image was the image that got me raided for obviously handing over methamphetamine and mark bills to Jay
Yeah.
with both
And
hands on the
then
wheel.
there was was the traffic stop before or after?
The traffic stop was what, before or after that image?
Yeah, before or after the
After.
alleged handoff? After. Okay.
Yeah.
Did they search you
Nope.
when they?
Nope.
Nope.
I
They
wouldn't let them.
just.
I VCB'd them. I didn't want them to search me. I didn't actually have anything on me, but he gave me an option of to. He basically got me. The option that he gave me was to get arrested or get searched and get arrested because I had a gun on me. You know what I mean? That was why I didn't want to stop, because I would have still been arrested.
Yeah.
And then I VCB'd him in about 20 seconds. I mean, there was two of them on bikes, so I don't think they were very happy about it, I'll be honest. And then, admittedly, they did chase me again, as I came to my apartment. Basically, I came to my apartment to put the gun away. Which they did find in that apartment, so that does add up, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then they were locking it down as I was putting it away, so then they chased me again, and I lost them again. I actually haven't once yet even been in police custody. I haven't been contacted by any member of the police force. I still have no idea. Oh, so a subpoena for my bank and phone records has been issued, which I'm assuming has been approved.
I would imagine so.
Yes,
If
I'll be honest.
yeah, if they're telling you about it, then it's already been approved.
Yeah, there is nothing. There's nothing in my phone records or bank records that would mean anything else. I mean, my materials were confiscated. I'm not really sure what they're trying to push with that. Are they trying to say that I like, I don't know, do something illegal with the materials? Are they trying to say that I use illegal money to buy them? But it's very evident if you look at my bank records. I mean, they could literally look at my bank records over the period of 6 months. I don't know how far they do look, but they would literally see that I just buy and sell materials. I buy it 7, 8 per.
They can't go back more than 60 days, I don't
Okay,
believe.
well, yeah, they wouldn't, you know what I mean? I'd be happy to let them look for 6 months. It doesn't bother me. So yeah, all I do is buy materials at 7, 8 per, and I resell it 10, 11. You know what I mean? So that's the that's literally how I don't make money from drugs. Like, admittedly, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Did you have anything illegal besides the gun in your property?
No.
Daddy's
Oh, in my
embarrassing
properties,
drugs
yes.
to
There
you.
was a lot of shit in the properties, yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
But it all seems very, to me, it just seems, I don't understand why my properties were locked down before Jay had even been interrogated and processed. Does that make sense? So before they'd even heard what he'd said, they just assumed that I was involved in what Jay was doing.
Yeah.
Which is nothing more than an assumption, because at the end of the day,
yeah,
you know,
they can't prove that you had any drugs on you, that you handed it to him, etc. And all they can prove by your bank records is that you bought burritos at Mojito Inn.
yes.
So
And the person that works at Mojito said he will testify that I did, even though it's
Okay,
all there in
cool.
records anyway.
Okay. Yeah. It could be that the reason they haven't put this on the docket yet is because they haven't really found anything that they can articulate on the docket for you. And
I mean,
if for
obviously,
some
I'll be
reason,
honest. Like, what they found in my apartments is enough to sentence me with, you know, a few times drug trafficking and all the rest. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that. But at the same time,
yeah, but if they rated you based on you handing him drugs and, you didn't hand him drugs, they don't have actual proof
no.
that you did any of that, then anything they find in that search should be not admissible.
Yeah, and I mean, regardless of whether he was handing me cash or not, he could have been, you know, he could have been handing me cash for the burritos. You know, it's very, it's the whole case is just built off, you know, this is what I think. And I'll be honest, I don't think that's the way the law works. Like, it shouldn't be, like, you're innocent until proven guilty. So that image doesn't prove me guilty.
Exactly.
I have a feeling the reason it was pushed so quick and the reason that deal that Jay was going to make didn't go through is because they realized that the only thing they had was to raid me. You know what I mean? Like, the only way they could get me for anything was to raid. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
personally know how that raid was pushed. I'm not saying that the judge is doing a bad job or whatever. I personally don't understand how that is enough evidence. But then again, you don't know what the cop told him, do you? So, you know, I mean, there could have been a whole. I mean, from what from what the cop's saying, there's like I say, it's a story that is how do we say it, told in the ideals of a police officer that wants to get a raid warrant signed.
Right.
You know, if you came in with facts and actually just said it how it was, I highly doubt that warrant would have been signed.
Yeah, it's entirely possible. I mean, I'm looking at that one picture that they put in here of you guys both at the gas station, and you're like 20 feet apart. How does that prove you did anything? And it's the fucking mandem gas station. Of course, you know, you guys are going to go to that gas station. I mean, Jesus. Doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
I mean, I work there. So
yeah.
Yeah. But at this point, like I say, what I've lost is what I've lost. It's very funny because they were that quick to lock my stuff down that they only locked down my vehicles that they thought could be storage vehicles. Does that make sense? Because they did it so quick. So they locked down all like my ponies, vans, and my motorhomes because they thought they were storage vehicles. They didn't lock down my other vehicles because obviously they were trying to do it so quick. But I'm just unsure of why I was treated in that manner when I have no prior drug charges at all.
Yeah, so
does that make sense?
Like
unless there was a previous investigation on me, unless I've been being investigated and I've not known it, there is no reason for me to be treated like that. Like, it's not like I'm some kind of repeat offender.
Yeah, so looking at the warrant, they're basically, let me hang this up.
So they've admitted here that the first time they saw me on scene was that one photo, and the second time they saw me is when they pulled me over for a traffic stop. They've actually admitted that they haven't seen me prior.
Yeah,
they've seen me twice.
It also says on the warrant that the whole reason they think you're involved, besides the handoff, is apparently the meth strain he was selling was tied to previous incidences from BSK, and since you used to be BSK, they're saying that he got it from you, is basically what they're...
Okay, so, but I've never been caught with that meth strain.
Exactly. Which is definitely something that we will argue, among other things.
But also, then, okay, so then, for argument's sake, shouldn't they have locked my apartments down after they'd done that bit of investigation? Rather than locking them down. Like, I don't agree with the way it was done, if I'm honest. I don't agree that, like, locking somebody's apartments down, then finding a reason to raid them, to me, is absolutely just shit police work. If you have something on somebody, then you build your case, then move in for the raid. Just locking it down and so let's lock somebody's apartment down and then find a reason to raid them, to me is very bizarre.
It is, but it's also a precedent that because they are concerned that evidence could be removed while they wait for a judge to sign a warrant, or while they fill out the paperwork to sign the warrant.
I mean, in fairness, I wouldn't have moved anything because there was no way I would have thought I would have been raided from Jay getting caught.